So I go to the temple. I was in a fasting mode. That's why I was saying, because every 11th day of lunar cycle, exactly fast, but I don't chew. I don't want to liquid diet. So I go that night, and so she says to me that I shouldn't be following this teacher, first of all. That's not our business. I feel personally, I mean, it doesn't matter to me how good they are. If by chance you're frowning upon somebody else, I feel leave me alone, and leave people I love alone. So, so then she says to me, so I am telling her, like, the reason I'm following him, which I don't even need to do it. But one of the things my teacher teaches is don't ever walk from a situation that makes you feel powerless. It's not about whether you're correcting another person or not, but don't back down because they insulted you. It's not a nice thing. But tell your facts and move on. So I told her, like, the reason I love him is he teaches me the right way to behave. And in India, they call it Vedas. Veda Agamas is old philosophy of living, okay? And nobody else teaches me this. My dad, on the other hand, like, is so out of our culture. He's an atheist. And so we grew up very differently. And I used to be ashamed of my identity. And my father, after my mom died, after 5 years, went and did an internet dating and married a girl in 5 days. He's married to an Italian lady, and they don't want anything to do with our family. I mean, they potentially want a relationship, but only in their terms. So he essentially is lost to the family. So I, on the other hand, because of him, to compensate, I think I went very, very spiritual. It's like a pendulum, right? Like when one shifts, you move. So then I'm telling her, like, I didn't know at what point. In India, they always say you need to respect your family and you need to, like, give back to them. My dad, I paid off his debt every year. He'll again accrue debt. There was no end. And even after marriage, his wife tried to sue me. So her rent can be, or her debt can be paid. I said, I'm going to play American now. You don't come and sue me. That's because he raised me. So then I went and asked my teacher, I said, what is my moral obligation to my dad? And he says, there is no moral obligation. You choose your problem. He said, you can walk away from a relationship. And that's what sainthood is. Sainthood is about you not feeling morally flawed, but to do it as a responsibility. If by chance you want to be responsible, give him money so he can eat and stuff, but you are not needing to do it.
Right.
It's your choice. And he says, ultimately, you can work for God and let God take care of it. So I really like that. So I was explaining to her. So she again says, you need to check your facts on your teacher. I'm like saying, you know what? I said, I am good because I love him. So then she says, what do you do? You must have a lot of time in your hand. You must be a housewife. That's why you have lots of time to do spirituality. I'm like saying, oh my God, it's like one smack after another. I'm like saying, what? I said, on the contrary, I said, I have a full-time job. And I said, I see roughly 30 patients a week. And I said, I do everything because I love it. So then she's, so you would think this would end the conversation, right? And especially it was on a spiritual day for me. I'm like saying, God, why am I facing this lady, So then third piece, right? She says, how successful are you in your work? I'm like, so she insulted my teacher. So I had to reset that. She insulted my ability to have a lot of time because I must be a housewife. And I had to reset that. And then now comes my successfulness in my work. And I looked at her. I said, does it matter to you? But then I told her I didn't want to end there because I didn't want to. And my tone was very normal, just like I told you. I said to her, I am not going to work to be successful. I said, I'm going to work to create Vatavarana. That's what my teacher teaches, to create an ambience, a space, so people can come and spill their gut out. So I'll be a second mother to them. I said, I don't care about how successful I am.
Yeah.
The world can care. My goal is to just keep them together when they are falling apart. I said, for me, that's a space I'm holding. I don't even know whether she heard me.
Yeah.
And then again, she brings back, she says, "You're a teacher." I said, "You know what? I'm going to stop you right there. Veda Agamas, which is philosophy of life, nobody else is able to teach except him.
Yeah.
And that being said, I'm going to end this conversation." Because I'm like saying, some people are so bent on their views, they don't even hear you. It went from my teacher to my personal life to my professional life and how successful I am at work.
Yeah.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
But like the reason I picked up that conversation with you is like, I feel like, you're kind of like saying with your family, same thing is happening, right? Like your father and the inability to get involved with each other, like, our ability to blend in with the society is so challenging. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I say, and can you believe like we are dealing with this type of people every day, their mindset?
Yeah.
And what makes us think we need to correct their views? I don't know. I wish I could just stop chatting with some people and just move on,
Yeah.
And then they think we are rude.
Right. I know. It's unbelievable.
Between so to get back to your conversation, between your mom and dad,